Jeez, I'm trying to get comfortable sitting on the end of my bed to film because I never do it. Anyway, welcome back. You guys see my sign back there? Of course you see it. I just got that today. I thought it was so cool. I wanted to put it in, like, kind of figure out how to incorporate it in my video today, so there it is. Anyway, welcome back. I'm gonna do a haul video. I haven't done a haul video in a really long time. I don't really feel the need to do those because when I vlog, I show you guys stuff that I get, but I figured that I would do just like a sort of collective haul video. It's not a lot. I don't think it's a whole lot. These are things that I've gotten over the last like month or so that I wanted to share with you. One of which being my new Yeti. Oh, I really like the color. I need to get a lid for it though. They sell different lids for these. Like this one's good for sipping or like for coffee. I want the lid that has the hole in it for the straw. So I'm gonna get one of those tomorrow, but isn't the color, oh, see, the automatic thing focuses on my face. I gotta get my head out of the way. But isn't that such a pretty color? I really like the color. So I got that. I've wanted it for a while and I finally just decided the other day that I was gonna get it. Okay, and this is the coolest thing in the world. Now, some people could say you can just print your pictures off at Walmart, but I'm not kidding you, and I could probably do it on the computer too, but this is just so convenient and it's kind of cool, and the pictures come out small and the back of the pictures are sticky. Anyway, I got one of the Sprockets. It is awesome. So what you do is you download the app. So you get the Sprocket app, and then all of your pictures come up. So what you do is you go into your gallery and you pick a picture. And then if you want to, you can go in. I'm trying to make this so that you guys aren't seeing the light from my ring light. There, I'll just get closer. So you can go up in the corner here and hit edit. And so then you can do things to the pictures. So you could add, you know, like little embellishments here and there if you want to. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys that there's ways that you can decorate your pictures, and you can even write on them if you want to. See? And we're not going to do that. But it is pretty cool. You can add frames. See there? Like a Polaroid. Oh, I kind of like that one. And then once you have it the way you want it, you just hit the OK button, and then you hit this here to send it to the printer. Don't mind my phone, there's fingerprints all over it. Everybody has fingerprints on their phone, so I don't know why I'm freaking about it, but anyway, so now it's sending to the Sprocket. I think it's so cool. Someone was asking about the size, so you see my hand here. It's a good size. And the cool thing about these is there isn't an ink cartridge that you have to replace. I think the paper might be heat activated, I'm not sure, and then the color comes out. But anyway, I just thought it was the coolest thing, and it was kind of handy. And you know, if you like to take pictures and you like to have them like right away, or say you want to give someone a picture, this is a pretty easy way, whoops, to do it. I did read some reviews. People were complaining about the color and that the pictures came out too dark. But honestly, in my opinion, I think for this little teeny tiny printer working off of Bluetooth connection and not having an ink cartridge that you have to replace, I think the pictures come out pretty good. I don't think that is bad at all. I'm starting to get sweaty. This ring light is so hot. If you're thinking about getting a ring light, make sure that you have AC or a fan, because sitting in front of this sucker like really makes you hot. Anyway, so there are different brands of these. Polaroid has one. There's another one called Life something or other. They were all right around the same price. This was $129. So the paper is not, the paper is kind of on the expensive side. You get 20 sheets for $10. So, but I mean, if you like gadgets and you like taking pictures and you like sort of instant gratification, this might be something for you to look into. Alright, so I'm going to move on to some makeup items. So we went to Texas a few weeks ago and I decided to go to Ulta. I wanted to get one of the Stila Magnificent Metals and the Hoola Light bronzer. Turns out that I'm a little too dark for the Hoola Light, so I took that back and I got my beloved NARS Laguna bronzer. This, for anyone who's wondering, This is my all-time favorite bronzer. This is what it looks like. The reason that I like this one is because it's a little bit more on the cool side. It's not as warm of a bronzer. All right, so up next, I got both of the foundations from the Ordinary brand, and I have to say I really, really, really like this foundation a lot. When I run out of these, I'm definitely going to replace them. I got 1.2 yellow and 1.2 neutral. The 1.2 yellow works much better for my skin. The 1.2 neutral is a tad too light, so what I've been doing is mixing it with Face and Body, MAC Face and Body, and I've been using it that way. I think the 1.2 neutral is going to be great for me during the winter time, but right now the 1.2 works out best. I could probably actually go a little bit darker if I wanted to, but I really like these foundations. The serum foundation is a lighter coverage. I do use a sponge when I apply these, so I can shear it down or I can build up if I want to. But as far as the serum foundation goes, I don't believe you can build this up to, let's say, a full coverage. I mean, I feel like you can just pile it on, but you're not really going to get the look of a full coverage. But this is really good for those of you that either don't like to wear foundation, or you don't like to wear a lot of foundation, or let's say you don't like the feel of it. This stuff is awesome, the serum. I've been reaching for this quite a bit because I just like how on those days where I don't really want to look made up, I can put this on and it just gives me a little bit of evening out and I'm good to go. The coverage foundation is much more coverage. I really like this a lot. I feel like my skin looks like my skin. It looks natural when I wear this. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like I have a ton of foundation on. Again, I do use a sponge and I start light and I build, but man, these two are going at it. So anyway, I do use a sponge with this one as well. I always start light and build. You know, that's the way to go in my opinion with foundations. Don't start heavy. But this one I like. It feels weightless. It doesn't feel very heavy. I get a nice natural look to my skin with this. Anyway, I like these. They're awesome. I will definitely be repurchasing them. I do recommend them. They're cheap, so even if you hate it, it's not like you just spent $50 and, you know, you're stuck with it or you have to go through the hassle of returning it. So, but in my opinion, good stuff. All right, and then we went on vacation a few weeks ago, and I didn't want to take my Pro Longwear on the plane because I wasn't sure if I could because it was glass, so I just didn't take any concealer. But while I was there, I bought this, the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer. This stuff is pretty awesome. I've been using this over my Pro Longwear. Now, I still like it. I don't have a problem with it, but I like this so much that I just... You know how when you find something new, you just want to keep using it? I would say that this is about a medium coverage, which I don't think is bad, like a light to medium. I think for drugstore, this is an awesome concealer. I think it was like $7. It's got a little brush tip on it. So, and it's lightweight. And what I liked was, and then we were in Texas, of course it's hot. This stuff did not crease, which I was super impressed. I used my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder to set. It didn't move all day long. I mean, I seriously was like impressed with it. And then a lot of times too, I've told you guys, I get those little dots underneath here from my mascara touching. I didn't have that problem. So if you're looking for a good drugstore concealer, try the Rimmel Match Perfection. I like it. And then this stuff, this is from Hard Candy. It's called Sheer Envy Color Correct Cushion Wonder. $6. This is great for those of you that have any sort of like purple or blue discoloration in the inner corner. You can see the tip, you just squeeze it and the product comes out, and then when you want to close it, you just turn the top so that stuff doesn't come squirting out like if you accidentally squeeze it. But this does a really good job of neutralizing the sort of bluish purple discoloration that I have on the inner corner of my eyes. It's almost as good as my Pixie Peach corrector. Alright, so this next thing is something that I wanted for a long time, and I finally decided to just go ahead and get it. I was going to order it through Ulta, but Ulta, with shipping and taxes included, it was like $41. So I decided to order it right from Dose of Colors. This is the Baked Browns palette, and I have it on my eyes. I wore it I got this in the mail yesterday. Today's Tuesday, so I got it in the mail on Monday, and I wore it Monday and today. So this is, I mean, like, I need another orangey or another reddish brown colored eyeshadow, but I just can't help it. At the moment, it's sort of my thing. So here are the colors. They are beautiful. I'm not going to stick my fingers in them though, because my fingers aren't clean, and I just don't like the oils from my fingers getting into my eyeshadows. But the colors are beautiful, and The brush that came with it, I'm actually using. I like the brush a lot. I love this sort of pencil tip here. I like that the blender end is a little bit longer and narrow because I can really get into my crease with that. But I do find the brush very useful. A lot of times brushes that come with palettes, I don't use them. I either throw them out or I put them in a box somewhere. But the brush in here I actually used and I really like. So I recommend this. The eyeshadows are very, very pigmented. They're soft, they're kind of buttery. It's great quality, honestly. So the palette was $32, and then with shipping it was like, how much was it? 36? It was 36 something. So, but if you really like those types of colors, I recommend this palette. There's also a mauve palette, which I won't be getting, but I'm sure that that one is just as nice as far as like the quality goes. So love that. So I started telling you guys about what I got at Ulta just before we went to Texas, and I didn't finish telling you the rest of what I got. So I wanted to try one of the Stila Magnificent Metals. So I started off with Kitten Karma. So here's what it looks like. Just a gorgeous color. And then I'll swatch it for you. I did just wash my hands. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I mean, it really is a gorgeous shadow. And then I decided that I wanted to go back and try another one. This one here is called Rose Gold Retro. An equally beautiful color. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous, right? I mean, they really are so pretty. I've worn both of these, and both times I've gotten compliments on my eyes, people asking me what I'm wearing. So those are $24 a piece. If you can swing it, I would recommend it. I think they're really pretty, and they do add a lot to a look. You can just use them very sort of simple, like on the inner corner. You can do a halo look with them, or you can go crazy and just put it all over. But I really like these. I think they're gorgeous. The only thing that I've noticed about these is that the glitter will sort of fall down onto your face. So what I do is I definitely use a primer first before I put it on, and then I've actually been using a brush. So I use a flat concealer brush, and I run it across the tip of the applicator, and then I press it onto my eyes to kind of minimize the fall down. But as one thing that I did notice as the day goes on, like I will notice little bits of glitter that fall down on my face, but it doesn't really bother me that much to where I would stop using it, but just for those of you that were wondering. All right, so if you watch my vlogs or you're friends with me on Instagram, you've already seen this, but it's, in my opinion, it's worthy of another share. So I decided to make my own palette. I really, like I said earlier, I like orangey browns and reddish browns and just warm tones all together. And I decided that I wanted to put a palette together that had some of my favorite colors in it. So this little guy was born. I do want to add a few more colors to this, which means I'm going to need to get a bigger palette. So I have another palette on its way, but for now this one is working just fine for me. So the majority of these eyeshadows are from Feather River Body. It's an indie brand that I happen to really, really, really adore. The mattes especially are my absolute favorite right now, like that I've come across. Her mattes are just gorgeous, although the Dose of Colors is really super nice. But her mattes are just, you can't beat them. Her pressed pigments are beautiful. Like, I love everything about Feather River Body, so it only made sense to me to put a palette together. I do have one MAC eyeshadow in here. This is soft brown. I said earlier it was saddle, but it's not. It's soft brown. And then I have Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear in here, but the rest of these are Feather River Body. So once I get that other palette and I get the other few colors that I want, because there are actually two or three eyeshadows that I have in loose form from Feather River Body that I want to get in a pan, that she sells them in pan form. And once I get those and I get my palette together, that will be like my ideal palette. Like if a company were to approach me, I would just hand them that palette and say, here, I want all these colors. Oh, and I got another pair of tweezers. It pains me to buy Tweezerman tweezers because they're like $23, but I haven't had to replace my tweezers in a very, very, very long time. My other tweezers I've had for like 7 years, I think, and I just now had to replace them. But I hate the fact that I have to spend $20 some on a pair of tweezers, but these really are the best. Like, of any tweezer I've ever owned, Tweezerman is the best. So if it doesn't pain you to spend over $20 on a pair of tweezers, get Tweezerman because they're totally worth it. All right, and then the last two things that I wanted to show you guys, because my voice is starting to hurt, and plus I have to get started on dinner. Dinner is going to be super late tonight because it's already 7 o'clock. We never eat dinner this late, ever. All right, so my Ulta sucks, as I have said before, and so when we were in Texas, I was kind of like killing some time. There was an Ulta where we were at, so I decided to go in, and lo and behold, they had Model's Own brand in there, and I had to do it. I had to try it out. So I got the Color Chrome palette, and then I got the Barely There palette. I haven't used Barely There yet, but I have used Color Chrome quite a few times. I really, really, really like using the rose gold color in here. Now these are cream shadows. I've been using them as a base. Look at shiny. I've been using them as a base. So when I first looked at this, like when I bought it, there was no tester, so I just kind of blindly bought it, hoping that it would be awesome. When I got it back to when I got into the car, I wanted to check the colors, and I was just like, I don't know about this, but it's very deceiving. This rose gold has quickly become my favorite. Here, I'll swatch it. I don't really want to because there's not a whole lot of product in these, but that's what it looks like. And then I'll put it on my hand there for you. Don't mind those. I'm getting old, okay? So no smart-ass comments about that. So far, I've only used rose gold, and I've used nickel and platinum. But if you have Model's Own at your Ulta, I would give it a shot. The palettes were $17, I think. $17.99, I can't remember. I bought them buy one, get one, 50% off. Oh, and this brush, they're really stepping up the brushes that come in these palettes. I really like this brush too, and I'll tell you why. Look at how nice and flat that end is. And this end I like because of how small, there we go. I like how small it is. So I've been actually taking this brush out and using it outside of this palette. Okay, and then the Barely There palette, it's really so pretty, and I should have used it by now. I don't know why I haven't. This is what it looks like. Isn't it pretty? Honestly, I don't need another neutral palette, but I just really wanted to try the brand, and this one just seemed like a safe bet, so that's why I got it, but I haven't tried it yet. Let's just swatch one and see. So that's really light. That's like a super light pink. Let's see what this one looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. So they don't seem like overly pigmented, but I don't know. I don't really want to comment on the quality until I use them. I don't really like doing swatches with my fingers, especially like right now. I'm getting really hot. There's oils on your fingers. It doesn't mix well with the powder. The swatches don't end up coming out right, so I actually should have used the brush. So if anybody wants to see a video of me using Barely There, let me know. That way, if it's crap, I can tell you, and then you don't end up wasting your money. So that is it. Now that I'm sweating to death, like I'm literally on fire, and Sam knocked my Yeti over on the floor. So there's Diet Mountain Dew sinking into the carpet, which is always nice. So I'm gonna go. If you guys have any more questions or anything like that, or if you've gotten anything cool that you think I might be interested in, please leave that down below in the comments. So that is it. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Have a great day, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.